Feeding the Soul Foundation is a nonprofit organization based in Oceanside, California. Our fundraising events support other local charities and causes. Our mission emphasizes both food and music. We believe that the two universal languages are music and food. For the last 8 years, we've focused primarily on concerts for causes, raising over $150,000 for our beneficiaries. In late 2017, we made the decision to follow our hearts in the direction of food security and environmental awareness. But going back a little bit, in the fall of 2016 and spring of 2017, I utilized a social justice fellowship to research homelessness and food insecurity among California community college students. My findings led me to see the need for capturing viable food that ends up in landfills and redirecting this food into the hands of local residents in need, college students and non-college students alike. In the fall of 2017, I utilized my project-like internship to pursue an RFP issued by the City of Oceanside on behalf of Feeding the Soul Foundation. The city was requesting a proposal for a kitchen operator contract for a 3,400 square foot commercial kitchen being built at a public facility 1.5 miles from MiraCosta's main campus. Its sole purpose was to capture North County's good food that will be landfill bound and get it into the hands of local people in need. We jumped at the opportunity, and after many late nights and hard work, we were awarded the contract. And now in spring of 2018, Oside Kitchen Collaborative has begun to take shape. We've been actively working on the launch of our new programming. Perfect Bite is our Catering for a Cause program. It's available for North County residents looking for event catering and wishing to use their event as an opportunity for philanthropy. Our Perfect Bite caterers offer everything from coffee service to full meals. Provisioned partly with rescued food and eventually staffed in part by students of the Bite program, our caterers are available for meetings, community gatherings, and public and private celebrations, large and small. Second Bite is our food rescue program. We've been focusing on sourcing rescued food, coming up with storage solutions, and developing a triage and processing operation plan. We have also spent considerable energy leveraging existing relationships to develop agreements with local farms, food stores, restaurants, institutions, etc., as well as approach other community institutions to develop new relationships. BITE is an acronym for Build, Innovate, Transform, Educate, and is our Zero Waste Skills Training Program. This training program will be available at low or no cost to Oceanside residents, with a special focus on veterans, seniors, at-risk youth, and vocational job training options for high school students and the underemployed in Oceanside. All courses are designed to integrate and create the mindset of reducing food waste and ultimately food cost through zero-waste cooking techniques. In addition, we will stress the importance of partnering with local farm and food retail establishments to source, rescue, and process food products that would otherwise be sent to the landfill. With our launch at Oceanside Earth Day Festival in April, we've begun to host events and get out into the community. Critical race theory is the use of critical theory to examine society and culture as it relates to race and power. Race and class influence all levels of the American food system. America's history of slavery and oppression through colonialism, imperialism, and industrialism were founded in racist practices. After the Civil War, racist practices only changed shape. Direct barriers to resources at all levels, including access to food, education, employment, still exist and prevent many from full participation in our communities. As our organization's goal is to provide equitable service to our community through food and music, it is our duty to take inventory of our practices using critical race theory. My position on the board of directors allows me to push for racial and economic justice within the organization as well as in our work with the community. In my research, I found several articles to guide me. In the paper, Anti-Racist Practices and the Work of Community Food Organizations, the author states, the alternative food movement, and subsequently the education in it, is dominated by progressive whites in positions of social and economic privilege. The demographics of our board fit this description. Even with good-intentioned attempts at altruism, we still may fail to operate in an equitable fashion. This is an example of culture of prejudice theory, highlighting where prejudice could be embedded within, in this situation, the culture of our organization. A paper titled Good for You and Good to You, The Importance of Emphasizing Race When Radicalizing Students Around the Food Movement, informed me that our organization also runs the risk of us becoming food missionaries. This is defined as white food scholars and activists entering into communities of color attempting to teach whitewashed conceptions of both health and cuisine. If left unchecked, our educational initiatives workshops, and recipes may push white supremacist practices. The definition of food security is having reliable access to affordable, nutritious, culturally appropriate food in sufficient quantity. The term culturally appropriate is key. Providing education not in accordance with the culture of the community we're serving would be pushing a preferred culture and not in line with our goal to serve equitably. Distributive justice, or the fair allocation of resources, must be our organizational goal. We cannot allow ourselves to feel as though we're doing enough to serve communities of color if the services we provide are racist in nature. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to serve my community and for the education to guide me to where systemic racism may be hiding within our organization. I will continue to engage my peers. I will continue to seek to identify my privilege and use my voice to remedy injustice.